Village elders arrived breathless at the lecture, summoned by a child who witnessed Adama's departure with blade in hand. Their intervention creates momentary reprieve. Kofi will face judgment before council rather than the immediate cleansing with a ceremonial blade. 4 men carry Kofi's rigid form back to the village. A 2/3 of his skin is now covered with the blue-black markings. More chaos spread around the village by that day's afternoon. 23 villagers now bear the markings. The village isolation huts are getting full. Adama works feverishly, preparing stronger purification mixtures that burn the tongue and sear the nostrils. None question her methods openly, though whispers multiply like shadows at dusk. Her skin has grown thinner, cheekbones sharper, as if the spiritual battle consumes her physical form. Most striking is the faint blue tinge at her fingertips that she hides by staining her hands with red ochre. The council convenes beneath the ancient baobab. They grant Adama complete authority over all healing practices, forbidding any alternative treatments under penalty of banishment. Chief Tamba surrenders the ceremonial staff to her, symbol of absolute power during crisis. She orders immediate isolation of all infected in a single compound at village edge. Guards are posted to prevent escape. No one may approach except Adama herself. She constructs an elaborate ritual space of bone circles and spirit traps. Inside makeshift quarantine hut, Zalika watches Adama from the distance as her mentor disappears inside the quarantine compound with bundles of increasingly bizarre ingredients like crushed scorpion carapace, tomb soil, and plants harvested under moonless nights. At night, Zalika would meet secretly with Makina, a healer from the neighboring village rumored to blend traditional knowledge with new methods. They would examine the strange blue plants together by firelight. Makina identifies the plant on one of these nights. Mining runoff from northern territories has created hybrid growth never before seen in these waters. The plants concentrate poison that miners use to separate gold from stone. Together, they walk through nights, crushing charcoal with native clay and specific roots that draw poison from blood, until they've created enough antidotes for 5 victims. It would be a test batch to prove their theory. Inside the quarantine compound, conditions deteriorate rapidly. Adama's extreme rituals leave patients weaker after each treatment. Jabari and Kofi remain unconscious, breathing shallow, skin cold despite raging fever. Desperate family members gather outside the compound walls, listening helplessly to loved ones suffering. Guards shift uncomfortably, faith wavering as Adama's chants grow increasingly discordant, punctuated by sounds no human throat should make. Zalika and Makina approach the quarantine entrance with their antidotes. When guards refuse passage, villagers whose children lie dying inside challenge their loyalty. Tension rises until Elder Makani intervenes, demanding to witness the outsider's treatment on one patient as a test. The confrontation draws Adama from the ritual space, her appearance shocking all present. Blue veins now trace visible patterns across her face like ceremonial scars. Her eyes hold unnatural sheen that reflects touchlight too perfectly. She blocks their path physically, stands aggressive as cornered predator. Accusations fly between traditional and progressive factions. In the chaos, Makina's clay pot of antidote falls, shattering. Precious medicine soaks into tasty earth, leaving only a small portion in Zalika's pouch. Adama seizes power in the confusion, declaring the outsider's presence proof of corruption spreading. She commands immediate banishment of Makina and any who, like Zalika, supported foreign medicine. A sweeping gesture knocks over a water jug. As she bends to steady it, her sleeve pulls back, revealing blue-black markings spreading up her arm, identical to those afflicting her patients. Gasps ripple through the crowd as understanding dawns. The healer carries the very sickness she claims to fight. Adama retreats into the compound, barring doors behind her. Through gaps in the wall, villagers witness her mixing final, desperate ritual elements. Even her own blood, now added to the purification paste. She applies mixture to her own markings first. Then, to each unconscious patient, she kneels in the center of her ritual circle, arms outstretched, chanting invocations to spirits whose names haven't been spoken aloud in generations. Zalika makes desperate decision that night. She uses the remaining antidotes on 4 children through gaps in compound wall. By morning, the markings on the 4 children reduce visibly, while those receiving only Adama's treatment worsen. Evidence can no longer be denied. Villagers break down compound doors to find Adama collapsed beside ritual fire, her skin nearly completely overtaken by darkness, yet still breathing. Around her lie patients in critical condition with their life forces reducing with each breath. The moment of reckoning has arrived, forcing the village to choose between deadly tradition and uncertain new paths.